In November 1982, 35-year-old Don Kemp's car was found abandoned along a desolate highway outside Cheyenne, Wyoming. The doors were unlocked, the engine still running, and his belongings scattered inside. It looked as though he had simply stepped out of the car and vanished into the endless stretch of open prairie. Don had once been a successful advertising executive in New York City. He lived fast, worked long hours, and had everything he thought he wanted, until a terrible car accident changed everything. After months of recovery, he left his career behind, searching for peace and meaning. Friends said he'd grown increasingly fascinated by the frontier and the idea of isolation. He packed up his belongings, sold his things, and set out west. On November 15th, his car was discovered on a remote dirt road miles from any town. Investigators found footprints leading away into the empty wilderness. They followed them for nearly 3 miles before the tracks suddenly stopped. Temperatures that night had dropped below freezing, and searchers assumed the worst, that Don had become lost and succumbed to the elements. A few days later, search teams found a small barn several miles from where the footprints ended.
Inside were items belonging to Don: a duffel bag, a few clothes, and 3 burnt matches beside a half-empty box.
But there was no sign of him. As winter set in, the search was called off. It seemed the Wyoming wilderness had claimed another life. Months passed. Then something strange happened. Don's close friend received several phone calls. The voice on the other end sounded exactly like Don's. The calls were traced to a trailer park in Casper, Wyoming, nearly 150 miles away. When police arrived to investigate, the man living there denied any connection but quickly moved away. The calls stopped. In 1986, nearly 4 years after Don vanished, a group of hunters discovered skeletal remains in the same area where he'd disappeared. Dental records confirmed it was him. Investigators ruled his death accidental, likely exposure to the cold. But the phone calls, the belongings left behind, and the sudden end to his footprints still raise questions no one can answer. Some believe Don suffered a breakdown and wandered off in confusion. Others think he may have encountered someone who helped or harmed him. His journals revealed a restless mind searching for peace, but also struggling with something deeper, something he couldn't explain. To this day, the story of Don Kemp feels like a mystery frozen in time, a man trying to escape the noise of the modern world, only to vanish into the quiet of the Wyoming plains. A car left idling, footsteps that end in snow, and a voice that called from far away, long after he was gone.